Well, tributes are pouring in tonight following the death of actor and comedian Bob Saget. The Full House star was found dead yesterday in a hotel room in Orlando. He was 65. CBS's Jamie Yukas reports.
Authorities say comedian Bob Saget had failed to check out of his room at the Ritz-Carlton Orlando Sunday. After his family had been unable to contact him, hotel security found the 65-year-old comedian lying in bed, face up, and not breathing.
What's going on there?
We have an unresponsive guest in a room. My officer is telling me that there's no pulse.
A preliminary investigation found no signs of foul play or drug use. Saget had performed near Jacksonville the night before, tweeting in the early hours Sunday, "Love tonight's show, appreciative audience."
Girls, I am taking all three of you out for Father-Daughter Day.
Known as America's Dad, Saget played Danny Tanner, a widowed father raising 3 girls on the hit comedy Full House.
Sometimes you're so corny.
He was also the first host of America's Funniest Home Videos.
Thank you. I really didn't expect that response.
And later, also the invisible narrator on the CBS hit How I Met Your Mother. In addition to his wholesome TV image, Saget was also known for raunchy and sometimes dark humor as a stand-up comedian.
But we made these children, my wife and I.
TV comedy legend Norman Lear considered Saget a friend.
Do you think he was always meant to be a comedian?
He could have been anything. It's our good fortune that he stumbled into comedy.
In a recent interview with CBS's Dr. John LaPook, he reflected on grief after the loss of his sister.
Humor is the only way my family survived.
Humor he had begun to develop at just 4 years old.
I would dance in the living room and just start dancing stupid. I've got to perform. I've got to make people laugh.
The coroner completed his autopsy today. The investigation is still ongoing and can take up to 12 weeks to complete. Meanwhile, Saget is survived by his wife and 3 daughters. Nora.
Jamie Yukas, thank you.
More tonight about the sudden death of beloved actor and comedian Bob Saget tonight, how he was found in that hotel room, his family alerting the hotel. A security guard was called in to make a wellness check and what he found. And tonight here for the first time, we're hearing from Bob Saget's wife. Here's our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman.
Tonight, new details on the death of Bob Saget. Authorities revealing it was his family who called police in Florida after they couldn't reach the actor Sunday morning following a stand-up performance in Ponte Vedra Beach. A security guard repeatedly knocking on his hotel room door, calling police after finding the actor unresponsive.
A security officer found a guest not breathing, no pulse.
A police report saying he was found lying on his back on the bed. His left arm was across his chest, while his right arm was resting on the bed. There was no sign of foul play, trauma, or drugs. His wife tonight saying, "Bob was my absolute everything. I am so completely shattered and in disbelief." With his trademark grin and those goofy jokes, Bob Saget became America's dad as Danny Tanner, the widowed father of 3 daughters on the ABC sitcom Full House.
It is now 0700, and it's time to attack the enemy. Grease, grime, slime, sludge, and that's just Joey's room.
And he kept the laughs coming on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Honey, you know that migraine headache you had this morning? Well, it'll be home in an hour.
Co-stars and fellow comedians paying tribute.
You don't have to go through this alone.
John Stamos, who played Saget's brother-in-law on Full House, tweeting, "I am broken. I am gutted. I'm in complete and utter shock. I will never, ever have another friend like him. I love you so much, Bobby." Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, who grew up on the set, saying Bob was the most loving, compassionate, and generous man.
Bob Saget, how about it? All right, Bobby, here we are now.
Saget got his start in stand-up comedy, where he was hardly the squeaky clean dad. His jokes, often raunchy.
I'm not funny, but I am quick.
And they were surprised that he could talk dirty or sick or anything. And people who knew him weren't at all surprised by this.
After that performance on Saturday, which would be his last, he seemed energized, tweeting, "I had no idea I did a 2-hour set tonight. I'm happily addicted again to this." Humor was his lifeblood, as were his real and TV families.
I love you, Angel.
Jodie Sweetin, who played Saget's middle daughter on the show, adding, "We never missed a chance to tell each other, I love you. I would always say you're the best TV dad ever. And he was. I'll miss you, Bob.
The medical examiner saying it conducted an autopsy on Saget today, but said it wouldn't reveal the result or the manner of death until after the investigation is completed in about 10 to 12 weeks. As with the police, the medical examiner saying at this time there is no evidence of drug use or foul play. David.
We can see that tribute right over your shoulder there, Matt. Matt, thank you tonight.